start the Okay, we'll start the discussion. If anybody has any questions, comments, discussion, anything you want to say, feel free, just unmute and go ahead. There's only 4 or 5 of us today.
Oh, blah, blah, blah.
Well, I just wanted to reconfirm that what you told me last week as far as medications are concerned, because I do listen to a lot of different health podcasts and
Right.
interviews with different people and how they're talking about if you got the jab, there's all these protocols that you could use to help kind of neutralize some of the side effects of it.
Right.
And yeah, really be able to like get rid of the like graphene oxide and the parasites and the, what else do they have? They have all these horrible things in there.
Right.
And then so, and where to Paida? Is it our inner elbows that we concentrate on, or do we supplement with some of these items like zinc? I'm understanding zinc is very, very important for intracellular metabolism. I don't know, I'm getting kind of, you know, I was trained as a nurse, so I'm, you know, between Paida and then what I've been brought up with and learned, and although I don't trust mainstream media at all, I mean, I'm talking about like Christian Northrup and all these other people who are awake.
Yeah. So, you know, it's a good question. See, I always start with the inner elbow.
Okay.
That is very powerful. You remember, if somebody collapses, this is
Yeah.
supposed to be much more powerful. Tapping the inner elbow, the heart meridian, is
And
supposed to be much more powerful than CPR.
right.
And you've heard of so many instances where people have come up before the ambulance arrives.
Yes.
So that's a very powerful thing. So that is always where you start. So if you do that and you keep your stomach and intestines in good shape, I think you would be ahead of so many diseases and ailments or side effects or whatever it is.
So to keep your gut healthy, you Paida the I forget the meridian. What meridian?
The forearm, right? This is yeah. So that's why, remember, Jane was saying this forearm is very important, the whole of forearm.
The forearm and your legs, somewhere on your legs. I wrote it down.
Yeah, I mean, the legs as well. I mean, yeah, the intestine and all that go through. I mean, the legs, you have the kidney meridian, right? The bladder, the kidney. So those things are in the legs.
Okay, so forearm, all your forearm, your hand. I remember your hand. And if you have constipation, you're supposed to do your hand, but that hasn't worked for me. And then the lower part of your leg.
And the lower part of your leg also, that helps. But this itself will go a long way. Just this will go a long way, just the forearm. Yeah, the inner elbow and the forearm. That will go a long way. So I think that is very, very important for us to remember.
Okay. There was another question. Maybe later on I'll remember what the other question was, but thank you.
Sure.
I'm gonna go.
Now we have Judy has joined. Carmen is coming up. So I think people are joining now, which is good. Hello, Carmen. Oh, it's dropped, I think. But anyway, today I am here in South Florida. I'm not in my hometown. I came over on Friday, and Friday evening we had a small session with 4 or 5 other people here. In one person's home. I went there. So 2 people were a little bit experienced and 2 were a bit newer, but very good. One person had pain over here, shoulder. And after like 40 minutes, mostly what we did the normal classic Paida, it was all Paida on the inner elbows, both the hands and the knees. That's all, I think that's all we did. And he said, oh, my pain is gone here on the shoulder. So
Nice. That's beautiful.
things happen, right? I mean, things do happen. You don't realize. And we never tapped his shoulder, but the pain in the shoulder was gone. And I've seen the same thing happen in another person. So this is so important. This inner elbow and the kidney meridians, just tapping the knees. It is so important.
I remember my question.
Sure.
So I was doing Paida on my lower leg, and I was doing it for a long time. I wasn't getting any Sha, but I was getting a lot of that white stuff. So that white stuff is those medications or whatever that hasn't been metabolized and it's coming up through the skin. Is that correct? That's the way I understood it.
Right.
So after a while, you know, I was getting used to the pain, and I was wondering, well, do I move on or do I stay there until I get the Sha? And I wasn't getting, I think I just got one tiny one, but do I move on after 15, 20 minutes of doing that, you know, in the same spot, and I'm just getting white stuff?
So who wants to answer this? Pablo, you have any opinion?
No, I don't. That's a good question. And I'm not sure what the answer would be.
Well, we have Carmen here. Carmen, do you want to take up this question? Carmen?
Hi, everyone. Let's quick to repeat this question, Shri, or
Well, so what Joanne is saying is, so she was doing the knee, Paida on the knee, and she did not get any Sha, but she was getting this white powder coming out, but there was still pain. So she's saying, do I still continue from the same spot or do I move to a different spot?
yeah, in this way, the white is also Sha.
Oh,
And Joanna, of course, depends of your time, but of course, it's good to continue to reduce the feeling of the pain. Of master, it's from different minerals, from anything. Also, it's connected with the surface of the skin because yeah, the cells of the surface, they're going out, but actually it's combination of the surface and inside of the body. And that's why it's recommendable to continue. And this white Sha have to remove it also. Yeah.
okay. Well, I was, the pain was decreasing. So do I just move on? Or do I wait until I actually get the, you know, the black and
Yeah. I saw a person very extremely shown this white Sha on the workshop with Master Shao in Bulgaria. All of the time he was covered with white, and a year later he was only white, maybe some black and blue, but white.
oh,
And
really?
he has a high blood pressure, and I haven't been in contact long time, but always white. He couldn't get rid of it.
Oh
Hmm.
my goodness.
So
Yeah.
much pressed in the body, this white stuff. Yeah. It's
Yeah,
interesting. Everyone is different, but some people have a extremely white shawl.
So did that help him, even though it was just the white shawl? Did he find?
I didn't follow his case. It was 6 years ago, but
Oh.
I knew from him and later that it's white. White should go. White, you're doing Paida, and as a gene says, if you don't have in a few days pain on this area, you can repeat this area again.
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's why. Can I mention something because I came a bit late?
Sure.
This week Thursday, I had a team of very young persons into my practice from other towns, middle of Bulgaria, 79, 77, 76, 74, 63. Yeah, but they're very, very concerned and ready to help themselves. And we did 4 hours Paida together. And one lady, 77, with sciatica problem and back pain in the hip. But this pain, she was coming with, we did the knee, she was coming with the stick, and she says, disappear. But I told her, don't be happy, because Paida is like a natural pill. You have to repeat to continue with other areas, because it's like accumulation effect of the Paida. That's why she understood that, and anyone should understand that, because Paida it's like natural pill. We have to repeat and use other areas as well. And one more week for local people in Burgas, and people who are around Bulgaria, if they're coming together, another day of the week. And it was the girl actually with autism, as I have written to you, Shri, she is excited. She's because this conversation about the Paida Lajin is not from yesterday, about a few years. And she's excited. She came twice. First time 1 hour. We're doing 2 hours, 21 minutes per person. But she's very excited. She's very positive now. And her parents I think they are supportive. And we will see. We will see. I encourage her to join our meeting. But and people are interested because they know, because we're doing online. But if you're doing offline, face-to-face, they know, once per week, face-to-face. That's why the new more people, 2 more ladies, they will come next week. And that's the way to grow the group and to help each other. Because you help yourself, but you help for certain. If you concentrate force together, you get a better result. And of course, workshop, it's a top of the things. Not because it's cost something, it's because it's, you concentrate on that what you're doing. And in summary, you get more result instead you've been doing alone for a long period of time. Yeah, that's my experience from this week, this weekend, this week actually, last week.
Yeah, great for sharing. That's tremendous. And it is so important to have face-to-face meetings. Even if you do for 1 hour, 2 hours, whatever,
Yeah.
you get together, 2 people, 3 people, work with each
You're
other.
right.
It makes such a big difference.
That's why good Joanna encouraging you, Helen, whatever, any of the group, 2, 3, whatever. And slowly, if they know, they are doing that, yeah. And why is this? They have no fear from the pain. And okay, that's the pain is our healing process. And the things people make their heart happy and understandable, and they go more in this idea. Because I told many times, it's looking extremely extremely untraditional or something like that, Paida Lajin. But if people slowly realize that, they say, oh, that's the way, and we didn't use this way of thinking and doing. And yeah, that's my sharing.
Yeah, absolutely. That's so true. See, I'm away from home this weekend. I came here near Miami. It's about 4-hour drive. So when I was driving, so I was doing like this. Just find a pain point, right? And I can just, it is, so just do Paida, right? Wherever.
Yeah.
And put the car on the cruise control. And same thing with the fingers. I can just tap like this and do on the knee, Paida on the knee. And of course, it doesn't make noise and it doesn't disturb anybody and nobody's bothered. So, but when you do this, make sure you find a point in the head or behind the ear, or wherever. Of course, it is safe to drive, but there is pain. There is pain. So follow the pain. Just tap the point where there is pain. And you will find different spots where there is pain. In the morning, I jogged a little bit. Went to the park, and in the park, I do my yoga. So I didn't want to do any Paida here in the house. So there, I use those fingers in half an hour. I just tapped, found the pain points, different areas, and I just did the tapping.
That's why you look so good, Sri, today.
Well, that's thank you.
Listen, come on. I was just thinking, I don't know if I want to bring, I haven't really gotten anyone yet to really buy into it. Really, honestly, not around here, around this neighborhood. A couple of people from Costa Rica, like you said, my cousin, but around here, a couple of people have asked, but no one really has shown tremendous interest in continue to ask me. But I'm wondering, I could push more, but I was wondering how you guys handle here in America. There's a lot of lawsuits for people, like doctors get lawsuits, and would I handle maybe something like that? Suppose something happens to somebody, not because of Paida so much, but because they might come with let's say a big problem with their heart, and we start doing Paida, something happens, or whatever it is. How do you protect yourself from having somebody say that it was due to the Paida? Like Master Shah, what happened to Master Shah? Has anybody thought about it?
Well, I think Kamen has much more experience on this, and even Mahara perhaps, but I'll give my opinion first, and then I let everybody else speak. So if you remember, Pablo, when you came here, there was a waiver form that I got everybody to sign.
Yes.
So that is one level of protection, but that I would only do in a workshop environment. So what happens is I keep getting visitors here at my home.
Right.
Friends come in, relatives come in, whoever they come in. And I just mentioned to them that I do this technique, which has really helped. I give them one example. So brief example, something which is almost miraculous, that kind of stuff I mentioned to them. And not all of them. And I find at least 50% of them get very curious. Can you show it to me? How does it work? How does it work? And then I go to the detail. And if their curiosity persists, then I show them, and they'll start doing the inner elbow. Is so easy to do, right? You're just sitting in a chair across from you, and they do the inner elbow, and they feel the pain, and they realize what I was telling them, that you feel the pain. Just like this, there's no pain. You tap like this, there's a pain. Even very lightly. Some people see very, very lightly, and then see the Shah coming out. And if the excitement grows and you see that they're involved in it, they will really benefit from it, and they will pursue it. And the others, they won't even ask how do you do it? Okay, you do it. Okay, fine. That's it. And that's the end of the story. So you'll find some people, and I've had, I mean, this last week I had one, before that I had somebody else. So I keep getting this way people, and they get interested, and that's how we got the workshop done here.
Right, right.
And I've been living in this place for 7-8 months only.
Yeah, but I don't want to have everybody that comes to my house sign a form.
No, so for when they do it in my home for half an hour, there's no form to sign, nothing, you know. I mean, it is worth a try. If you want to try, it is here. And of course, the
Yeah.
advantage I have this bench, right? It's sitting there. They see it.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
I remember the
right,
form.
the bench.
I do remember that form. Yeah. So maybe you could send it over.
Sure,
you don't
yeah,
mind
but
sharing.
that's only for the workshops. If you do plan to do
I'm
a
gonna
workshop,
I'm gonna
then
have my wife sign it.
yeah. I have the form with me with her signature.
Make sure she doesn't accuse me of anything.
That's cute.
Abuse, domestic abuse.
Send it over quick.
Yeah, go ahead, comment your comments.
Yeah, I think I understood the question of Pablo. He asked how we can attract the people for Paida Lajin. And is that true? Is that exactly?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
no. Yeah, yes, that's a good, that's how to protect ourselves from, somebody saying that, hey, Paida Lajin caused a problem, in me.
Well. Okay.
But both questions are good. Yeah. How do we attract and how do we protect? Yes.
Attract and protect. Okay. Let's start with protect.
Okay.
Protect ourselves.
Yes.
You say anybody around you who wants to, maybe he is interested to improve his condition and he speak about his problem. Say, well, you have options to help yourself. How? With potting, increase your local circulation, but also because anything is connected in our body, you affected the meridian without any surgery, without any blood, and you help with this rhythm, the function of your organs and system. And if you want to have more knowledge, there is a book about that, but it's simple. And if you don't accept this idea, the way to your general practitioner is free. Go there.
Yes.
Surgeon, your general practitioner, go there. And then people realize, because of the responsibility, Pablo, we are autonomic system. We are created to help ourselves. The system, what the people around the world does, it's from last 300, 400 years or 200 years or 150.
Yes.
What's happened before? People helped each other. Maybe with Paida, maybe with herbs, or many with spiritual, anything else. But the way to help yourself is miracle. It's you just do it that now and you see the result of that. And also the person don't have to have a fear from the Paida. That's why you say, if you have fear from pain, that's a problem. But the pain is given from God to realize where the problem is. And with this, you can cure yourself. If you not accept, you have another way.
Yes.
You have to be certain. You have to be exact. Yeah. And if you want to know, go like this, because and if the person is good with you, then you give him options, he to do Paida to himself or to some of you, and then it's you or your friends give him Paida. But maybe, and you tell them, you see, you have a shot, and this look like bruises, but those bruises you don't have to be afraid that you get a heart attack or you get a brain stroke from those. It's not bruises, because if you do more, you see this disappear. You're going to be spread, and that's the some specific point. And Lajin, you're doing on the level of your pain, of the Lajin bench or a standing board, on some Lajin exercises where you have stiffness and you stretch a bit. Oh, you relieve that. Blood circulation, energy coming through. That's the simple way to give them answer, which is Lajin, you not see anything else, but it's huge result. Paida is active, Lajin is passive, like the Chinese medicine, yin and yang. And
Yeah.
if you're prepared 10 times more or 100 times more than the person in front of you, then you have a lot of answers of his questions, because you get a different question. But you see, I'm learning 7 years, still learning. Yeah. That's why you're on the way and you're still learning. Yeah. That's why don't be shy to say you see the person. If the person is against that, forget it. But if interested, you see, I had this. People want to hear what's happened with you, what you improve in your condition, this and this, and you can still continue. And Paida Lajin is not, I did this and forever it's happened. No, because you have a life, you drink anything else every day. And of course, the toxin coming again, emotional and body toxin, and you have to remove. It's a daily process, it's a lifestyle. That's why it's not, I did it now, I cut it, I did the surgery. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing you just said, that you gotta, when you feel the pain, you gotta keep going until the pain disappears. Okay, I understand that, but the shot doesn't disappear immediately. Sometimes it takes days.
You're right. But if you did even harder, pain is not there, and of course it's taking. It's depend of your chi, depend of your energy. Can this energy spread it quick, or it's a bit difficult to take some days? Can be week, can be 10 days, depend of the people. Can be hour, can be 1-2 days. It's very individual.
It's very individual. Okay. Yes. All right. Okay. Thank you.
So Mara, do you want to say something?
I do. This week, I did some Paida on myself, and I got a size of a softball, I have small hands, and I'm one that will continue to go through and keep going. And it was bleed, that's not, they don't call that blood. It's an area that opened up, and then that area stopped bleed. That area stopped with the blockage, and then it opened up another. And I did get the ball down. It was a small softball. I was amazed at how big, but I know I've done this many times where the blood has just sprayed, a fine spray, and I just continue to keep going. And yes, I've taken the sod down to no softball. I've taken the blueberries out. I've done it on a person myself, just watching how it pulled all the blueberries coming up, and then taking it down. I took pictures where there was no saw by the time that I was finished, and it only took about 15 minutes for the whole process to happen.
Yeah, Mara, can you turn the, because we just see your cabinet behind you. Now we're seeing half your face, your head.
Okay.
Now
Right.
you're full, yeah.
No.
Now, can you see it? Can you
Yeah,
see me?
better. Yeah, we see your left half, not the full face.
Well, let's see,
It's
right
coming.
there.
There it is.
Okay. So,
Much better. Yeah, I didn't understand. So you did Paida.
well, it was pretty amazing because it blew up like a ball, like a softball. but a small softball, the size of my hand. It was that of size of my fist, that it was right in between, right below my knee, about 2 inches below my knee, and on the shin area off to the lateral side. And I just kept going with it and got all of that out, but I still have the saw, the color turned to yellow. And then it also went, at the very beginning, it went gray. I just lost my partner. And when I saw him on the floor, when he was dead, it was a gray, like that, because he had been there for a while.
Right.
And it was like a grayish color, like his face was. And I went, oh my God. You know, I mean, I wasn't afraid because I knew I've watched it come and then go. And I'm not a baby when it comes to hitting.
Right,
I'm
right.
quite
Yeah,
aggressive and had the police come. I told you about that story.
yeah.
When I was in the park. Someone called the police on me because I was hitting myself and saying that I was trying to kill myself. So I told the police about it, but that was a year ago. But I've had major things happen when I do it. And the only thing that I could think of was, if you're not used to this, and you just talked about what happens to people that they blame it on Paida, that they've got the damage from Paida, but it's not. It's just bringing out the saw. And if I wouldn't have seen what has happened to me before, I would have been pretty fearful. For a moment, I looked at the knot and I went, oh my God. I never even thought I had any pain there. And it was pretty amazing. But it's down, and now I have the saw still, but it's very light. It's not like I have the areas that came, you know, with a lot of the leakage of the blood that was coming out wouldn't stop. What was I going to say about that? If someone would have seen that had never done Paida, they would have freaked. And my partner used to think, people are going to think I beat you. And yeah,
Right.
so there are certain things, and I can't get any bites for people to do. It's pretty funny. When they see me do it, it's just like, oh no, I can't do that.
Yeah, yeah. So it started bleeding as well, you're saying, right?
Oh, lots of blood, lots of blood. If you would have seen the bag of blood or
Mhm.
the bag that was, and I still have like the points where they're scabbing now.
Right.
And yeah, one small, one big. So one size of a quarter and one size of a pea.
So it was
And then I still have the blueberry.
right. So the blood came out from the Shah, right?
Oh
Where
my
the
God.
exact Shah was.
You've never seen that? Shri, you've never seen blood come out of your body from Paida?
No,
my
I've never seen
Lord.
one. No.
Oh, you should see me go after it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty aggressive. I'm very willful, and I can get that pain.
Oh,
Yeah, and I
okay.
keep going. But the next day, usually when
Wow.
I get that aggressive,
Hmm.
I can't usually. I went and danced that night. After I did that, I
Right.
danced to move and then also stretch because of doing yoga. And I
Right.
because you know when it gets that swollen, because it was very swollen,
Hmm.
and yeah, it's pretty strong, pretty strong.
Where was it that you had this golf ball? What?
Right below my knee
Oh, okay.
to the
So-
lateral side.
Below your knee, in front or back?
In front, but then it was also showing up in the urinary and the meridian in the back, you know, like bladder and different things. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was moving, and it was, as I was doing that area, there were veins that were coming out, and I was able to push them back in by the Paida. I'm pretty severe when I do this. That's why when Raminder said to Shri, I'm not letting her do it.
Yeah, she said that.
Guys, yeah, I'm not gonna let her do it. She'll beat the heck out of me. But I thought of her because I know that that's what she would have come out, and much worse than myself.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
it's how much you can handle.
Absolutely. You're right. Yeah, yeah.
So what was the result? What did you find,
So this
whether
is
your
this
digestion?
isn't my first rodeo on this. I
Yeah.
do the inside of my arm. I had to, the last time I did that, and then I taught, I put it in I had to help, get help putting my outfit on to teach yoga because I didn't want anyone to see my arm. I mean, that's, I get it, that swollen. I mean, it's fat, and my arms aren't fat. I'm not fat. And, but when I do it, I have to keep myself covered because it's pretty intense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Mahara,
right now, I wear bell bottoms right now, just so that people can't see the lower half of my right leg.
Mahara, do you mind if I ask what kind of, you said there was like a golf ball in your skin?
The size of my fist, not as big as a softball, but I have a tiny fist, and that's how big it was.
Was
Quite
it
big,
like,
yeah. Quite
It
large.
came out of my body.
was it like a fat deposit, like a lipoma?
No, because I got it down that same night. I
Uh-huh.
saw it, I knew what had to be done. When I saw this fist, I went, oh my God, I can't believe I pulled this up. And I went, okay, you got for it, because I had veins up, and then I got them down right away.
That's amazing. Very good.
Yeah. I mean, but I'm not a baby when I do it.
Yeah, I believe.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I'm just thinking about what we just talked about, bringing up about people, saying, blaming it on Paida. And just like
Yes.
the police came to the park, and I was having a fun time by myself doing my Paida. And the guy, I went, God, that police officers, I think he's parking because of me. I'm thinking this in my head. And yes, sure enough, he walks over and he says, ma'am, are you okay? And I went, yeah, I'm great. I said, I'm just doing my Paida. And he goes, well, what's that? And then I told him how to spell it and go home and look it up. So, but he said someone had reported me.
It would have been funny if they started doing Paida with you.
I know. That was a year ago. He never came around again. But every time I go to the park, I always think, oh boy, I wonder who's watching me. Yeah. And then I do it at the track, at the gym, and people are just like, oh my God. People have said, you have a strong will. My parents used to say, you're so willful. And I'm so happy for that affirmation that they said, I'm so willful. Because whenever I start anything, I'm a finisher. And I take care of it. And I'm a beginner, immediate, and end. I can do all three. Where
So
you start.
important. So important. Yeah.
So,
Absolutely. Great.
but
Thank you for sharing, Mara. I see Tony is here. Tony, how are you doing?
Hello, I'm good. I'm trying to practice the Paida. Hello, Paulo. Hello, all.
Hey, Tony. Tony in Costa Rica.
Yeah,
Costa Rica.
is it?
It's very windy right now.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't know if you can see. Let me see.
It's out of focus. It's not in
Oh,
focus.
yes.
So
Not in
yeah,
focus, yes.
yeah. It's not. But are you finding any difference? I think, remember last time you had some side effects, some reaction in the body?
I
when you
feel
did
more
Paida?
energy. Yes. Now I feel more energy
Right,
and I feel better. But I want to understand about the in my legs,
right.
and because I'm practicing in my legs Paida, but I'm good.
Okay. Yeah, that's important. Once you continue doing it, you see difference in the body. You feel good. And that is a very good starting point. When you start feeling different in the body, more energy, more life, you enjoy much more, right? And now you're no longer afraid because you know a trick, a life-saving trick that you know. And you can help yourself and you can help your family, you can help your friends, if they're willing, right? If they're not willing, there's only God can help them, right? But
Yes.
no, that is good.
Thank you.
Anybody
Thank
else?
you so much because
Hi, Shuri. Hi.
Yeah, Yuri.
Sorry, I popped up quite late today, and sorry, technical question. Tomorrow, can we do again at 1 hour later for you to keep the same hour for us? Because my Zoom account will be busy until 7:30 here.
Yeah, I mean, let me just see. I don't think I have a problem.
Because we haven't changed the time yet. We change next week.
Yeah, you change time on Sunday, right? This coming Sunday, you change time.
Yes, exactly. So, because I do Qigong from 6:30 to 7:30, I can be there at 8, but for you will be 3 p.m., not 2 p.m.
Okay, we'll do Qigong with you. Just send us the link. We want to do everything.
I can invite you one time, maybe I can invite if you agree. Actually, we do half of Qigong is Paida. So, and the other half is Lajin. So there is actually 60% is Paida Lajin somehow. So anyway, actually.
Well, so
Actually,
I
I think.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, that I was just gonna bring that up, that it would be nice if Yuri could change, instead of Wednesdays, to do a little Paida with us on Sunday. I mean, a little meditation or